My beloved child, you did not arrive here by accident. The words you are reading were always meant to find you. This is not a coincidence. This is not chance. This is divine orchestration. Something inside of you has been stirring. A quiet unease. A deep knowing that something in your life no longer makes sense. You've tried to silence it. You've tried to explain it away. But it lingers. It clings to your spirit like a whisper in the dark. That whisper is not your imagination. That whisper is heaven speaking. That whisper is me. I am Archangel Michael, and I have been sent to you for a reason. Listen closely, for what I am about to say carries the weight of your destiny. There is a shift happening in the spiritual realm, a shaking that will soon ripple into your reality. The Lord has seen what has been hidden. He has heard the silent cries of your soul. You have endured betrayal. You have endured confusion. You have carried pain that no one else could see. And now the time has come for what was concealed to be revealed, that you have felt the tension. In conversations that don't feel right, in smiles that feel rehearsed, in the sudden distance of those who once felt close. Do not ignore what your spirit has already discerned. You are not crazy. You are not imagining it. You are being shown. You are being prepared. You are being warned. There is someone close to you who has not had your best interest at heart. They have watched you rise with hidden envy. They have smiled while secretly speaking against you. And heaven can no longer allow their shadows to cover your light. I was sent to pierce the silence, to rip the veil, to speak aloud what your soul already knows. You are in the middle of a divine separation. What is false is being stripped away. And though it may feel like loss, it is truly your liberation. My child, I know the weight of your tears. I have seen you break in silence. I have seen you beg for clarity. You have asked heaven to show you who is real. And now heaven is answering. But you must not look away. You must not close your heart. For in the coming days, what has been in the dark will be exposed by light. The true intentions of hearts around you will come to the surface. Some will shock you. Others will confirm what you already sensed. But none of it is meant to destroy you. It is meant to deliver you, because what is coming requires your full protection. What is coming is your elevation. And not everyone can go with you. I say this with urgency. There are hidden conversations. There are quiet agreements. There are people who are trying to delay what God has declared for you, but they will not succeed. The hand of the Lord is upon your life, and what He has spoken over you cannot be stolen, but it can be delayed if you do not pay attention. So, listen to my voice. Listen to the stirring in your chest. Do not explain it away. Do not give the benefit of the doubt to what heaven is clearly exposing. Your protection is tied to your obedience. I know what you're thinking. Why now? Why all of a sudden does everything feel heavy? Why do you feel like crying for no reason? That is not random. That is your spirit reacting to the shift in the unseen. You are feeling the weight of betrayal before the truth arrives. And I am telling you now so that when it does come, you are not broken by it. You are prepared. My wings are spread over you, even now. My sword is drawn on your behalf. The battle that was forming against you is already being dismantled. But you must stay alert. You must stay under divine protection. This is not just another video. This is a spiritual moment. This is heaven reaching through time to stop you from walking into a trap. You have been faithful. You have trusted even when it hurt. You have loved when it was not returned. And now heaven honors that love with revelation, with justice, with protection. But you must listen. My child, heaven is not silent. Every tear has been gathered. Every prayer has been heard. Every injustice has been recorded. And now the scales are tipping. What was done in darkness will be judged by light. You are not alone. You have never been alone. But there were things you had to go through so that your ears could be trained to hear, so that your eyes could be trained to see. And now you are ready. You are ready to see what you once ignored. You are ready to stand when others fall away. You are ready to walk, alone if it means walking with truth. There is no more time for pretending, no more time for performing. This is the moment when you choose to believe what heaven is saying over what people have shown. Listen carefully. In the coming days, you will hear things you didn't expect. You will see behaviors that reveal hidden motives. Do not be shaken. Do not be surprised. Heaven told you first, and you are being covered even now. My sword is cutting away what is false. My fire is burning through every lie. You are being refined, not punished, elevated, not abandoned. You are stepping into something that requires clarity. It requires discernment, and it requires strength. That strength is already inside of you. You were made for this. You have been marked by heaven, chosen for something greater. And the resistance you have felt is not because you are weak. It is because you are rising. And as you rise, the enemy panics. But he is too late. The shift has begun. The light has pierced the darkness, and you are being led out of confusion, out of betrayal, out of delay, into truth, into alignment, into breakthrough. My beloved, there is still more to say. There is still more to reveal. But first, I need to know, are you ready to receive it? If you are, then do not turn away. Do not scroll past. Stay with me, stay present, because the next word I speak could break the chains that have been holding you for years. This is the beginning of your freedom, and I will walk with you through the fire until the fire no longer burns. Let the heavens bear witness. Let your soul be still. For what comes next will not only answer your questions, it will rewrite the ending. You were never meant to stay in this pain. You were never meant to carry the weight of what others did in silence. The exposure is near, and so is your deliverance. Hold fast. Stay alert. The breakthrough begins now. My child, lean in now. What I must say next was hidden until this moment. You have felt the warning signs, but you doubted yourself. You second-guessed your discernment. You tried to explain away the tension in your chest, the sudden shift in people's eyes, the silence that spoke louder than words. But I, Archangel Michael, have been watching closely. And now I reveal what has been whispered in shadows. Behind closed doors, a conversation took place, one in which your name was spoken with dishonor, with envy, with hidden malice. And the one who uttered your name did not speak in love. They cloaked their words in concern, but the root was poisoned out. You sensed it. You noticed the way they smiled just a second too long, the way their compliments felt hollow, the way their questions never really sought your truth, but only circled your weakness. That was not your imagination. That was your spirit warning you. Heaven allowed you to feel the disturbance because it could no longer be ignored. There is someone near you, someone familiar, who carries jealousy as a hidden wound. A wound they never brought into the light, and instead of healing, they have fed it, nurtured it, and allowed it to grow into something darker. They have watched your light and felt exposed by it. They have watched your growth and felt threatened. They could have been part of your journey, but they chose competition over companionship. They chose resentment over rejoicing, and now heaven is intervening. My beloved, this message reaches you not in anger, but in rescue, because what you do not see can hurt you, and the enemy works through the unseen. But I am lifting the veil. You will not be caught unaware. You will not walk blind into a trap. I am here, not just to protect, but to prepare. This is not about fear. This is about clarity, because clarity is protection. You have been loyal to a fault, forgiving beyond measure. But now you must learn to discern. You must learn to see with heaven's eyes. Not all who walk with you are walking for you. Not all who speak peace mean peace. There are masks around you, and I am pulling them away. There are hearts you have trusted that do not carry your best interest. That is a hard truth. I know. But truth, no matter how heavy, will always set you free. My child, remember this. The pain of exposure is far less than the devastation of prolonged deception. What you feel rising now, the tightness in your chest, the tremble in your hands, is not fear. It is your soul awakening. It is your spirit recognizing the presence of truth. Let it rise. Let it guide you. Let it push away the fog that has kept you bound. You were not created to walk in darkness. You were not made to carry silent confusion. You were born to walk in light, in authority, in discernment. Now listen closely. This revelation is not the end. It is the beginning. For what heaven is removing, it is also replacing. The space left by falsehood will be filled with divine connection. The silence left by betrayal will echo with heavenly instruction. The Lord is not only removing the threat, He is realigning your path. The storm you feel is not a curse. It is a cleansing. And on the other side of this cleansing is clarity. On the other side of this revelation is restoration. Do not fear what is falling away. Do not mourn what I am exposing. For what I take from your life, I replace with glory. Type 444 if you feel the presence of this truth. Not to signal me, I already see you, but to signal yourself, to mark this moment in your own journey as the turning point, as the hour heaven interrupted your silence with truth, because the one who once walked with you is not the one they appeared to be. And though their betrayal did not break you, it slowed you. It drained your energy. It clouded your decisions. And now I come to sever that tie. I come to break that agreement made in ignorance. I come to restore your pace, your clarity, your strength. My beloved, I know you prayed for protection. And this is it. Protection does not always feel like peace. Sometimes it feels like painful clarity. But the pain you feel now is nothing compared to the pain I have spared you from. You will look back on this moment and say, that's when it all changed. You will say, that's when I stopped doubting what I felt. Heaven is not trying to take away your comfort. It is trying to return your authority. You have given too much of yourself to those who did not cherish it. You have extended grace where you should have set boundaries. But do not condemn yourself. Even your misplaced mercy has not gone unseen. The Lord will honor your heart, but He will not allow it to be trampled. You are entering a new season, a season of separation, a season of spiritual eyes being opened, a season of peace, not because all battles cease, but because you finally know who is truly on your side. That is the gift of exposure. That is the gift of heaven's warning. This moment, though heavy, is holy, because it is heaven's way of answering the question you were too afraid to ask out loud. Who can I really trust? And now, my child, you will know. But I ask you this, will you let go of what I reveal? Will you trust me enough to walk away from what is comfortable but corrupt? Will you surrender the relationships you built on hope once you see they are hollow? This is your moment. This is your test. You are not being punished. You are being protected. And now you must choose protection over pattern. You must choose truth over history. You must choose your destiny over their comfort. I am not showing you the truth so you will confront them. I am showing you the truth so you will release them. The battle is not yours. The justice is not yours to serve. The judgment is heaven's. Alone, you do not need to defend yourself. The Lord will speak louder than any accusation. The fruit of your life will be your answer. The peace you carry will be your proof. My child, do not be afraid to be alone for a season, for it is in the alone that heaven draws closest. It is in the stillness that I speak the clearest. It is in the silence that I build you for the next elevation. You are not being left behind. You are being pulled ahead, pulled away from delay, pulled away from disguise, pulled into purpose. And I will walk with you through every painful realization, through every tear, through every goodbye, because none of it will be in vain. Every ending I orchestrate is a beginning in disguise. Every no I speak is a greater yes waiting. Every mask I remove reveals the face of truth. You are not losing people. You are losing poison dot, and as I speak this over you, I feel your spirit shifting. I see the fear leaving. I see the clarity coming. You are waking up, and when you do, the chains will not fit you anymore. The guilt will not stick. The confusion will not settle. The enemy's plan to isolate you with lies will fail, because you are no longer listening to the noise. You are listening to heaven, and heaven is speaking loud. Stay close to my voice. Stay open to my guidance. The unraveling has begun, but so has your revealing. What was hidden in you is rising. What was stolen from you is being returned. What was spoken against you is being reversed. And what was designed to destroy you will now develop you. I have not left your side. I have not turned my face. I have not ignored your tears. Every single one has watered the ground where your breakthrough now blooms. The shaking will continue. The exposure will spread. But you, child, will remain firm, rooted, unmoved, because you have heard heaven. And because you believed, my child, what I am about to reveal may cause your heart to tremble, but I ask you not to look away. You have come too far. You have endured too much to turn back now. The truth must come, and it must come now. The weight you have been carrying was never yours alone. There have been hands behind your heaviness, tongues behind your silence, shadows behind your sleepless nights. You were never imagining it. You were never just being sensitive. Heaven confirms what you felt all along. There is someone who has studied your weaknesses, someone who pretended to care, someone who nodded at dreams while secretly hoping they would never come true. You opened your heart to them. You trusted them with your truth, and they used your honesty as a weapon. They smiled while marking your name with betrayal. They stood beside you while plotting behind you. But now, heaven exposes all. This moment, child, is not a punishment. It is a preparation. Because where you are going, their deception cannot follow. The Lord is severing spiritual agreements that were never divine. He is cutting cords tied in falsehood. And yes, it will sting. Yes, it may shake you, but it will also set you free. You cannot carry their intentions into your destiny. You cannot mix truth with poison and expect the fruit to be whole. I, Archangel Michael, speak now with the full authority of heaven. What has been in the dark is rising. What was said behind closed doors will echo in the open. And when it does, do not be afraid. You asked for truth. You asked for discernment. You asked heaven to show you. And now you are being shown. Do not run from what you prayed for. Receive it, even when it hurts. Because the same revelation that breaks your heart will also guard your future. The same exposure that causes the shaking will become the foundation of your peace. Heaven never exposes to shame. Heaven exposes to heal. You are not called to walk in blindness. You are not meant to keep walking with those who mock you in secret. You have been chosen to carry something sacred, and the sacred must not dwell among the false. So I ask you again, will you let go of what heaven is removing? Will you trust that what feels like loss is really protection in disguise? You were never called to please everyone. You were never called to carry the weight of their opinions. You were called to obey, to listen, to rise. And now, obedience requires distance. Obedience requires silence. Obedience requires that you no longer explain yourself to those who never really listened. This is the turning. This is the separation. Heaven has watched long enough. Watch them twist your kindness. Watch them weaponize your patience. Watched them confuse your loyalty for weakness. But heaven says no more. The angels have been dispatched. The lines have been drawn. And the battle for your peace is being fought even now. I have been commanded to speak, to reveal, to protect. You will not walk into this next season surrounded by masked intentions. You will walk with truth. The enemy thought if he could keep you close to confusion, you would never hear clarity. If he could surround you with noise, you would miss the voice of God. But heaven is roaring now. Heaven is silencing every lie. Heaven is separating light from shadow, and you are being lifted above the manipulation, above the guilt, above the false loyalty that kept you bound. Do not fear the quiet that follows this clarity. It will feel strange at first, like a room once full that now echoes, but that silence is not emptiness. It is peace. It is freedom. It is the sound of heaven clearing your path. And soon, the space left by their absence will be filled by what is true. Real love, real alignment, real support. You do not have to perform anymore. You do not have to pretend. Heaven is bringing you people who speak with honor, who stand with you in light, not just in secret. People who celebrate your rise instead of fearing it. But first, this unveiling must happen. First, the deception must be stripped. First, the false must fall. And though you may feel the ache of goodbye, know that you are walking into a hello to the life you were always meant to live. A hello to the clarity you begged for in the dark. A hello to the peace that doesn't leave at night. My child, this is not the end. This is the clearing. And the clearing always comes before the blessing. Stay with me. Stay alert. There is still more to reveal, still more to protect, still more to prepare. Heaven is not finished speaking, and your story is just beginning. To unfold. My child, there is something you must understand now. Silence is never truly silent. In the absence of noise, heaven speaks louder. And you have entered a season where every whisper will begin to echo, and every hidden thing will be brought to light. You have felt the quiet stretching across your relationships. You've noticed how some voices have faded, how certain presences have gone cold. That silence is not accidental. It is prophetic. It is the breath before revelation. It is the stillness before the sky cracks open, and the truth rains down like fire. I am speaking now with urgency, not to frighten you, but to awaken you. Because in the days ahead, things will begin to fall into place. Phrases you heard but dismissed, glances you ignored, conversations you weren't meant to hear but did. All of them will begin to align into one clear message. Not everyone who stood beside you was standing for you. And though the truth may ache, it will also free you. Is someone close to you who has watched your joy with bitterness? Someone who has measured your blessings and questioned why they were not theirs? They would never say it aloud, but their silence around your success spoke volumes. Their absence in your victories revealed more than their presence in your pain. You wanted to believe the best. You wanted to hold on. But now I, Archangel Michael, speak clearly. The time for illusions is over. The Father is not cruel, child, but He is just, and justice demands exposure. You cannot be covered and deceived at the same time. You cannot walk in truth while bound to secrecy. The chains you feel tightening now are not new. They have been there, hidden in kindness, disguised in shared history. But now they are tightening because they know they are about to be broken. Heaven is pulling them into the light. And light always exposes. Do not mourn what heaven is removing. Do not plead for what I am pruning. That relationship, that connection, that agreement was never meant to carry you into your next season. It served a purpose. It taught you discernment. It showed you how to hear the voice of God even when others spoke louder. And now it is finished. What is broken must remain broken. What has revealed itself must be believed. You asked heaven to make things clear? Now heaven asks you, will you accept the answer? You are not being abandoned. You are being aligned. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. You are being called higher. And the air up here is thin. Not everyone can breathe at this altitude. Some were only meant to walk with you in the valley. But now you are ascending. And as you rise, the loose weights must fall. What is not anchored in truth cannot hold on. The Lord is restoring the balance in your life. And with restoration comes a reckoning. This is why things have felt unsettled. Why your peace has come in fragments. Because your spirit knew a storm was coming, not to destroy you, but to clear the way. This storm will not break you. It will break what tried to stop you. It will shatter the mirrors that reflected lies. And when the wind settles, you will see clearly. Your heart has been too generous with those who offered nothing in return. Your hands have been open to those who only reached to take. And yet, heaven saw your purity. Heaven honored your faithfulness. Even when you were naive, you were never invisible. Even when you were used, you were never abandoned. And now, that faithfulness is being answered. The doors that closed in confusion are now opening with clarity. The people who walked away in silence are being replaced by those who walk in truth. But this can only happen if you release what tried to hold you hostage in familiarity. It is not your job to rescue what heaven is releasing. It is not your calling to repair what God has torn down. You are being led into something greater. But to hold it, your hands must be empty. You cannot cling to the old while asking for the new. And so, I ask you, will you trust me? Will you allow the silence to speak? Will you allow the absence to reveal what presence could never say? I know what you carry. The guilt, the second-guessing, the longing for closure. But listen to me now, closure is not a conversation. Closure is obedience. Closure is believing what God has shown you the first time. Closure is walking away without needing to be understood. You do not need to explain your peace. You do not need to defend your decision to protect your spirit. Let them wonder. Let them whisper. Your clarity is your reward. Your peace is your proof. Heaven is not asking you to be bitter. Heaven is asking you to be wise. There is a difference. Forgiveness does not require access. Love does not require presence. You can release someone and still bless them from afar. You can grieve what was and still move forward with strength. But you cannot allow emotional loyalty to override divine instruction. This is your moment to reclaim your authority. The enemy wanted you distracted, wanted you bound in people-pleasing, wanted you exhausted by keeping appearances. But heaven is lifting the mask. The pressure to perform is breaking. The expectation to stay silent is ending. You are not who they said you were. You are not what the pain tried to make you. You are light. You are chosen. You are marked by fire. And as this fire moves through your life, it will not consume you. It will consume everything that cannot come with you. The false, the fragile, the flattery. All of it will be refined. You will feel the heat, yes, but you will also feel the freedom. And in that freedom, you will rise. So listen, my child. When they speak against you, say nothing. When they withdraw, let them. When the silence grows, do not fill it with noise. Let the silence reveal. Let it speak. Let it shake loose everything that was never rooted. And when it does, stand still. Heaven is moving. Heaven is speaking. Heaven is realigning your life. And you are exactly where you need to be, my child. Listen to me carefully. The enemy thought he could silence you. He thought if he surrounded you with confusion, you would forget who you are. If he could isolate you, he believed you would collapse under the weight. But what he didn't see was the fire inside you. The fire I placed. The flame that has not gone out, even when the winds came. That fire is rising now. And the lies that were spoken to keep you down are about to burn away in its light. You were not created to be a victim of betrayal. You were created to overcome it. The words they used to poison your name, the secrets they shared in darkness, the plots they whispered in shadows, they will not prosper. Heaven has seen everything. Nothing has been hidden from divine eyes. And justice is already in motion. You do not need to chase truth. Truth is about to stand on its own. You do not need to explain your innocence. Heaven will testify for you. The very ones who tried to destroy your name will watch as your name is lifted higher. And they will know they could not stop what I have anointed. I tell you now, what was taken from you is being returned. Not as it was, but greater, stronger, covered in favor. What was broken in your heart is being healed with purpose. What was lost in the battle will become fuel for your next breakthrough. You thought it was over, but this is the beginning. The part of the story where the ashes become beauty. Do not mourn what slipped through your fingers. What you lost in tears, you will gain in peace. What you gave in love, you will receive in truth. I am not just restoring you. I am rebuilding you with stronger foundations, with divine wisdom, with unshakable joy. And those who thought your silence meant defeat will soon hear your voice, steady and full of fire. My beloved, stand firm. Do not lower your voice to match the doubt around you. Do not shrink to fit their expectation. You are expanding. You are awakening. And you are walking into rooms that your name has already reached. Walk boldly. Heaven goes before you, my child. Before the foundations of time were laid, your name was already written into a divine plan. Not by accident, not as a backup, but as a chosen one. You were never forgotten. You were never overlooked. Every trial you faced, every betrayal you survived, every tear you cried, it was seen. And now heaven speaks clearly. Your time of restoration is not just coming. It has already begun. The enemy tried to convince you that your pain had no purpose, that your waiting was wasted, that your silence meant heaven had gone quiet. But I tell you this now, the silence was preparation. The pause was positioning. The delays were protection. What looked like rejection was actually redirection. You were being hidden, not to be dismissed, but to be preserved for something greater. There is a shift taking place even now. You may not see it with your eyes, but your spirit feels it. The weight is lifting. The confusion is clearing. And the voices that once clouded your vision are being silenced. Heaven is making room, not just for what is coming, but for who you are becoming. You are no longer bound to the old version of yourself. The one who doubted, who settled, who tolerated what heaven never approved. That version is being shed. You are stepping into divine identity, into clarity, into a boldness you didn't know you carried. And as you rise, some things must fall away. Some connections, some habits, some thoughts, let them fall. Let them return to the dust. Because where you are going, only truth can follow. Only purpose can survive. This is not a season of comfort. It is a season of consecration. You are being set apart. You are being refined. And though the fire feels hot, it is making you pure. I, Archangel Michael, stand with you, sword drawn, wings extended, shield in place. Nothing formed against you will prosper. No scheme, no whisper, no delay. You will rise. You will overcome. Not because of your strength, but because heaven is carrying you. You were not called to figure everything out. You were called to trust. You were called to obey. And now you are called to walk forward. The doors that were closed will open when you arrive. The places you feared to go will now welcome you. The favor you thought had passed you is being restored sevenfold. What the enemy meant for evil, the Lord is already turning for your good. You are covered. You are guided. You are chosen. And nothing will change that truth. Walk forward, child. Not in fear, but in faith. Not in silence, but in strength. This is your moment. This is your breakthrough. Heaven has declared it so.